Hii serikali ni kampuni na ni ya shares. Si ndio? Ni ya shares. Kuna wenye kampuni, wale wako na shares mingi, kuna wale wako na chache, kuna wale hawana. Sasa nyinyi mliinvest kwa hii kampuni ya William Ruto na Rigathi Gachagua. Sasa lazima mvune. Yule ambaye alipanda atafanya nini? Si mlipanda? Si mliamuka mapema? Mukasema mutaki kusikia mambo ya ile system na nini? Muka invest, mukapanda, mukapalilia, mukaweka mbolea, mukamwagilia maji, wakati ya kuvuna ndio huu. Na itakuwa namna hiyo. Itakuwa namna hiyo. Najua wengine wananikashifu ati mimi nasema ati wale walipanda wavune kwanza. Iko makosa? Iko makosa? Hata hao watavuna lakini wangoje. Si wale walipanda ni wavune kwanza. Wakishavuna wavune ile itabaki kidogo, wale wakupanda waingie watafute huko nini ile itapatikana wachukue wakwende. Si iko namna hiyo? Na itakuwa namna hiyo. Ndio watu wakipiga kura waelewe hii kura ni kusema nini. Hii kura iko na maana. Nyinyi hamwezi piga kelele huko, mpige kelele. Mnasema William Ruto ni bure, hawezi, mnaita yeye majina, alafu akipata, akigawa, mnapiga laini ati mko pale mbele. Ati mnataka mpite wale walisema anafaa ati mkue pale mbele. Inawezekana? Mimi kazi yangu pale kwa Ikulu ni hiyo. Ni kupanga hiyo laini. Hapo ni kazi mimi napanga hapo. Mimi naangalia kwa laini, nikiona wewe ulipanda, natoa wewe nyuma, napeleka wewe mbele. Nikiona wewe hukupanda na kutoa na kurudisha nyuma, ufanye nini? Niendelee na hiyo kazi ama niwache?
It is primitive and backwards for anybody to imagine that any region of Kenya cannot get development on account of how they voted. That is not right. That is not correct. And I want to assure the people of Kenya that we are going to move together as one nation.
Gachagua nimesema ni mtu ambaye astahili awe anakuwa kama naibu wa rais wa taifa. Manake mdomo yake ni chafu. Anatoa maneno ambaye inaweza kuleta mapigano katika taifa. Manake yeye inasemekana ni naibu wa rais wa taifa la Kenya. Lakini anajifanya kama yeye ni naibu rais wa taifa ya Mlima Kenya. Upande zile za Kenya zingine ni kigeni kwake. Akaongea na anasema wao na sisi. Na tena anasema Kenya ni kampuni ambayo zina hisa. Kuna wengine wana hisa mingi zaidi, wengine wana hisa chache, wengine hawana chochote. Sasa hiyo inaweza kugawanya nchi. Atakani mtu ambaye ni makamu wa rais wa taifa atenganishe watu. Ati hawa ni vikundi, ni wa serikali, hawa ni maadui wa serikali.
I want this region to deliver a decisive vote for President William Ruto in 2027 and to make sure that we increase our shareholding in his government from 47% to almost 60%. Many people are uncomfortable about our shareholding. Ni kidogo is only 47. 27 tutaiongeza itakuwa mingi zaidi. I don't know why many people have a problem when this region is united in purpose. Many people, for whatever reason, are very uncomfortable. But I'm sorry there is nothing they can do. I'm sorry for their discomfort. Katika Meru County, tukateua waziri Mithika Linturi. Tukaenda hapo Tharaka Nithi, tukateua Professor Kithure Kindiki, ambaye anafanya kazi nzuri sana. Tukatoka hapo tukaenda Embu, tukachagua Justin Muturi. Tukarudi hapa Meru, tukachagua Jafeth Kome kama Inspector General of Police. Tukarudi hapa Meru, tuko na PS wawili. Tukaenda hapo Tharaka, tuko na PS. Hapo Embu tuko na PS. The Mount Kenya East, for the first time in the political history of this country, imeangaliwa vilivyo vile inatakikana.
Yo, hello and what's up everybody, this is Elijah Gachagua. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in case you're new here, tap that subscribe button. But if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support, without which I could not be doing this video. Like I say, this is the greatest YouTuber in the Republic of Kenya, and the A in my name stands for exactly what you need: the president versus his deputy. It is now evident, and we can see clear telltale signs that the president and his deputy are no longer a going concern. Okay, guys, I want you to know, anytime Kenyans start speculating and seeing things that are going haywire, Kenyans are very quick to judge. They have a very high precision. And even when William Ruto started fighting with Uhuru Kenyatta, he denied, obviously. He came to the media, he was asked on interviews, he completely denied. But at the end of it all, the battle was full blown, and we could see. Now the same science we witnessed then, 2018, around there, 2019, we are seeing them right now. And this is why, first of all, the deputy president keeps on repeating that the government is about shares. And he says the people who voted for government will reap big in terms of positions, development, and things like that. But yesterday, or the day before yesterday, when President Uhuru, when President Ruto made his inaugural visit, not his inaugural, but on his day one tour of the Nyanza region, he said very categorically that it is very, very primitive for somebody to think that just because you didn't vote for the government, you're not entitled to development. And Sia Governor Orengo echoed those words and said that he loves Ruto because he's not weaponizing the development. But what has shocked many Kenyans is that today the deputy president was in Meru and has actually repeated the same sentiments, and he has said very categorically that the Mount Kenya region needs even a bigger share of government, and currently it stands at 47%, as the deputy president is saying, and he is saying that it needs to go up to 60%. Guys, I want to ask yourself this question: if the mountain region occupies 60% of the government, what does the rest of the country occupy? Just think about it. And the reason why people think this is what do we call insubordination, or we can call it I'm looking for this word. It has evaded me, but the point is simple. Differing with what your boss is saying is the clearest indication that the two of you are operating from a very, very different wavelength. Because why will you take to the public to differ with what your boss is saying? Why will you do that? Why will you echo the same words that he's against? He said everybody is entitled to development, which is true. Because at the end of the day, whether we vote for the government or not, we're still paying taxes. The law does not give us an alternative. If fuel prices rise, they are rising equally to all Kenyans. But you see, the deputy president is also saying that he wants to instill discipline in the Kenyan voter, such that the moment you go to the ballot, you realize that the choice you make in the ballot is very, very essential and will actually determine your next 5 years, the way they are going to turn out to be. So he wants the culture in Kenyans whereby they don't have to vote blindly. They don't have to just wake up or even refuse to vote. But you see, the problem is they're not telling us that if you do not vote for the government, don't pay taxes. We are equally paying taxes. We're equally paying the national debt. We are equally suffering because of the high cost of living. Why would you say that development should be restricted to one region, and that, I remember there's a time the president was in Lamu in the coast region, and he was telling people that the leaders that are elected, they are not leaders of the community. These are national leaders, So don't say that our person is somewhere. That is the narrative the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is taking to Mount Kenya, telling them how they have a Inspector General from Meru, they have 2 PSAs, they have I don't know how many CSAs, And sometimes you wonder how do these people even help you in the first place? How do they make it easier for service delivery in your place? Maybe people may argue they have influence, and so it's easy to reach them and bring development to your place. But trust you me, there are so many people from Mount Kenya who are suffering day in, day out, without food, without things, without anything. Yet there are people in power. Uhuru Kenyatta was the president for 10 years. Was all the Mount Kenya region wealthy and prosperous? Were people's houses demolished in Gikomba? Huh? So saying this thing about our person, I don't know, our person has done. And so, you see, one thing that Ruto is trying to evade is this tribalism kind of thinking. I would call it a tribalism. Because if you have a minister who knows, like, let me use the example of Kindiki. I like that minister a lot. Kindiki is working very hard to ensure every Kenyan gets a passport. It's not Kikuyus getting passports at Nyayo House. It is every Kenyan who is entitled and who actually has a right to get that document gets it. So really saying that you're choosing a leader to serve a community, that is selfish thinking. It is even limiting that person. The person should work for the country. And Raila Odinga actually said that one thing about the deputy president is that he thinks he's the deputy president of Mount Kenya region. He has completely forgotten, in the words of Raila Odinga is saying, he has completely forgotten the entire region of Kenya. He's just focused on Mount Kenya. Every day he wakes up, Mount Kenya, Mount Kenya, Mount Kenya region, Mount Kenya business. In fact, David D has actually tweeted, and this is why I think there is battle in government. There is infighting in government. There are cracks in the government of UDA. Because just make me understand how President William Ruto's economic advisor, lead economic advisor, would correct, demean, defame, disagree, differ with the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya on a public platform like Twitter. Guys, can't you see there is something in between here? Because David D has taken to Twitter just to say that Rigathi Gachagua is a DO. I don't know, is a district, what have you. Just very defamatory remarks to somebody of the stature of a deputy president. And this is the clearest indication, in case you are just doubting, this is the clearest indication that the government right now is not in any good condition. In terms of their relationships, battle has already begun, and the battle lines have already been drawn. Going forward, we're going to witness very, very high octane politics, because now the whistle has already been blown. The whistle has already been blown, and people are going to retaliate. Remember Moses Kuria and the fight between Moses Kuria and the deputy president. It is still on, and yeah, it is still on, and it is still continuing. It's a battle that will take place for a very long time now. That it has already started, and we can't wait to see. This is what David D called the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Factory settings, into bracket, chairman Nyeri District University Students Association, Ndusa, Oyugi Special DO, Uhuru PA, etc., etc. Just imagine, that is the second in command you're telling that it's your boss by extension. Just imagine that, guys. This government has already started fighting within itself, and this provides a very good platform for the opposition to launch their counterattacks and to start preparing for 2027. Remember, before Uhuru Kenyatta and the brigade lost, they started those fights. They started fighting the deputy president, then William Ruto. And those are the fights that degenerated in their elections actually failing. The way the government has already begun, it is now becoming something that will continue to explode. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll be here to catch up with these people and tell you every little detail that they are going to say. In the meantime, adios and see you in the next one.